Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and I'm here with my buddy Keoni and his excellent Subaru WRX STI build. Today we're going to go for a little drive, kind of talk about everything he's done so far, what he's doing, and what will be done to make this one of the fastest, most reliable, and coolest STIs on the road, at least here in Michigan, if not around the whole country. He's got a lot of cool stuff with it. We're going to take it for kind of a raw first impressions drive as well. I'll get behind the wheel a little bit. We'll put Keoni behind the wheel, let him toss it around. We've been running on these Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 summer tires. It's a little bit chilly today, but the car builds took a little bit longer than planned, so we're still running summers, but we're going to warm them up properly, toss them around a little bit. But so far, you've said these tires have been good, right? They've been...
Oh yeah, no, these tires have been excellent.
Cool.
In the rain, they actually surprised me. They're a lot more, they swish the water out a lot more than I thought they would.
Oh yeah?
Being a summer performance tire, usually the harder compound will kind of slick you around a little bit, but no, these do a fine job.
That is a good point. They look like they have a good amount of siping, and I'll throw a photo up here in the video and you can see, I mean, it's not like a racing slick, but it does provide you a lot of good grippy rubber, and they're decently priced, so you can kind of tear them up a little bit and not feel so bad.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us a little bit, what is it, what year, everything, when did you pick it up, and what have you done?
All right, so this is the 2007 Subaru Hawkeye, and
arguably one of the best looking STIs, I gotta be honest.
yes, and I guess what I recently learned is one of the most stout transmissions. Not that glass pack 5-speed that just grenades when you do anything with the horsepower. I picked this up in 2016, funny story, from my friend's mother. Very, very nice family. She already had the full parent exhaust on it. She had the original, the original Cobb access port running an off-the-shelf tune. Well, let's just say that engine is no longer in here, so this isn't the beating heart of this mobile.
Okay.
Because you could guess it, it wasn't the ringlands that failed, but it was the bearings beginning to fail. And I actually was running oil analysis tests on the car as soon as I started hearing noises that weren't nice noises that are noisy. So I ran the Blackstone Laboratory oil analysis, and they informed me that the bearing materials were spiking. So I went ahead and sat the car for about a year or so as I slowly gathered bits and pieces to make the next heart even more reliable and built for heavy duty, which is pretty much everything is done aside from being a closed deck. I got the IAG AOS air oil separator, just the street series, a racing only Moroso expansion tank for the coolant. It's running the Cobb SF intake. It's on the factory turbo. The factory fuel system is the only thing that's rather factory. Some air is also supported by the Tomei turbo inlet pipe, along with the Tomei equal length headers to a Tomei up pipe, completely catless, so straight bomb power sauce, shooting flames, shooting ducks as my friends would call it. So the internals are, it's got IAG head studs, Manley pistons, Manley H-beam rods, King racing bearings, King main bearings with the ARP rod bolts. I sent all the bearings and the pistons and rings out to California to get a WPC metal treatment done on them. And as of right now, I think it's probably one of the smoother forged engines, at least by Subaru, that I've heard to date. And I'm not gassing myself up, but I will gas this car up. And let me tell you, she sits your neck back. But she's tuned low right now because we just hit break-in, so
okay,
slowly turning it up. But because the factory fuel system, factory turbo, kind of limits the power, and she's at 308 wheel horsepower and then 350 wheel torque, so about 420 torque, and then 370 horsepower to the crank, if you will.
Yeah, sounds juicy for a day like today.
Ooh.
So let's get this closed up. I'll actually let you pull it out, and then we'll get behind the wheel and see what it's like, and then maybe next year we'll follow up once it's full sauce.
Yep. Oh,
and
yeah.
see what you're pushing there. What are your numbers that you're shooting for? What do you think is a realistic number for kind of year-out car?
So if you know me, I am shooting for around 420 to the wheels, and torque probably, I don't really want to breach 450, but we might. We'll see how everything's holding up.
What are you worried about going over 450 for?
I mean, I guess the axles would be probably the next best thing to go.
Okay.
Aside from, I'll need, I think the top mount intercooler is good for, I think 400, 450.
All right, let's make it happen.
Alrighty.
I'm excited to drive this. I love cars that are built to be kind of raw. Take a look at this sweet interior. Did they all come with this? The blue? The STI?
See, people kept asking me that. They did not all come with this blue. I think it was a option that you could get from the factory to have the interior blue.
Well, good on your friend's mom for getting this one.
My friend's mom's a saint. So you're sporting on your left foot there a ACT, just a stage 1 clutch. It's I'd say a few pounds heavier than the factory clutch.
Yeah, it's definitely got, it's definitely got some push. It's got a race car feel.
Yeah. So and it's a really quick catch. So it catches real low.
But the throttle is so happy to rev that it doesn't need much.
Oh yeah. As well as it's running a lightweight flywheel paired with that clutch.
Oh yeah, good amount. Just the revs fall just quick enough to catch it on the next one.
Oh yes.
Is that a short throw kit on here?
Yes.
Okay.
The factory STI short throw.
Oh, okay, so it is factory. Huh? Nice.
I think that might also be an option. I have the window sticker actually with the car still, so all the options that she had.
That's nice to have that factory window sticker.
Yeah, I love it.
I also love the color of the gauges. The mid 2000s was so good for gauge colors. They're all nice on your eyes, either like reds or oranges. Such a good contrast with the blue in here.
It's the first time I sat in this seat.
I bet.
In 4 years. I usually wait till the oil pressure drops to around 15 at idle. I don't have the oil temp set up yet. That's coming with the good old Killer Bee oil pan.
Okay.
So it's all wired and ready to go. As well as don't mind the upside down AFRs. It's a joke. It's an inside joke, aka I haven't swapped it back because it was super hard to press it into that.
Oh man, that's fun. You know what I'm noticing right away? You don't, like the power comes on pretty quick.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for it really.
It's running that little baby turbo, VF43, I believe.
You know, and I like the sound of it too. It's not obnoxious where you get sick of driving this daily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and everybody's like, "Oh, why'd you get rid of the fucking unequal length headers?" I was like, dude, I mean, I want longevity and power. I love the Subaru Rumble, and I'll get another Subaru just specifically for that Rumble. But this car is built to last like Duralast, my boy. Tell you what.
Oh, that's fun. That really is.
I just love the exhaust note. It's so pure and good. And then the reverb from the turbo.
And with this weight of car,
yeah,
that's a really good amount of power for the street too. I mean, if you were pulling backstretch at a racetrack or something, you might want a little bit more, but
oh yeah.
good pedal placement for the rudimentary heel toe. Oh, that rotation. Introducing Keoni to the Daily Motor Test Loop.
Yes, sir.
We're starting to get names for all the corners. This is guardrail. Back there was oversteer. And then we're going to be coming up to loose stones on this next stretch.
I did a 1,500-mile break-in procedure. Really an extensive break-in procedure because I just wanted to be anal about this one.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a three or four oil change step fucking. I think it's the actual break-in for IEG blocks, so
Okay.
I just implicated that into this, which some people said it wasn't needed. The engine, I built, me and some buddies, I mean, we put everything together ourselves, aside from the internals.
Okay.
I had the short block sent out to a machine shop, and I just wanted to have them, they decked it, they machined the cylinders, they gapped the rings a little bit wider for down the road when I want to run more boost, because you can have too little of gap and blow your shit, but if you open it enough, you just run more turbs down the roads. Dude, it just puts a smile on your face.
This is understeer. Woo! Yeah, this is such a great just test bed and blank canvas for you to build something like this. But I like how, I mean, obviously you've been concentrating more on the engine and everything, but I like sort of the stock look. I mean, someone's just going to drive by this and be like, that's a really clean STI.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to
And then you go by and
yeah, and that's what I wanted to go for with this. I wanted to keep it more of a stock look, but introduce the power and pretty much just see what all of the stock, components can handle. Just OEM replace all of the bushings and all of that.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm sure it's been done, obviously, but I just want to stay as close to the roots as I can.
This is so mid-2000s aux.
Love that aux.
Just the whole thing.
Yep.
Just aux. That's all you needed back then. Just wanted the aux.
Yep.
Run these Indy 500s a little bit. Not pushing Keoni's car quite as hard as I'd push a press car through here because I care about him more. This car is a lot more special than anything you'd get on the new dealer lot. There we are. Columns right down. 80 and 70.
Oh yeah.
Got your cool stock mounted cruise control down there. This was just such a cool car with so much character back then. The new STIs don't have the level of character.
No, they took a little dip out of the rally world where I think this was kind of the last generation for that.
Sorry, I can't hear you over noises.
What's that way? Woo!
It's a lot less surgy of a power than I expected too. It's a very smooth power band.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in looking at the numbers.
Really evens out at the top. Yeah.
Okay.
I have
yeah, I'd like to get a photo of the chart.
implicated dyno sheet from having an E-tune. Pretty much what it would look like on the dyno.
Cool.
Within 5% or something. I don't know.
Sweet. Let's get you behind the wheel. Let you play around a little bit with your baby. What is this IC water spray?
That
intercooler
that
water
right
spray?
there, my friend, is a intercooler for the top mount, and on hot days, let me tell you, that helps with IATs a lot. Yeah.
Was that stock?
Yep.
That's really cool.
They actually brought that back into the S209 as well.
Okay.
So I had to fill that bad boy up at Lightning Lap, which was pretty fun. Does this even do anything? Except for the new ones, they only pulse, so it only gives a 3-second squirt. Well, this one I could just hold it down.
You could just
just cool it right back
really
down.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Oh, can you adjust the amount of torque going to the front?
Yes.
and rear
So,
from that? That's so
the
cool.
center diff controller, which is very interesting, and I got to do more research on it, and I was starting to mess with it. But as far as I know, you can do a 70-30 split, so this is 70% front, and then obviously like a 50-50.
Oh, and it actually shows on the gauge over there as he changes it, kind of where it's...
You can auto, you can lock.
That's super cool.
You can lock it, but you can send them all to the back, so it'd be 70% in the rear, 30 front, or lock, so if you get stuck, just blast right through her.
Wow, that's sweet. See, again, that's like a character sort of thing. I mean, I know, and now everything's just through like computer screens and stuff, and it's cool to actually see it implemented. Like they had to make a button and a dial for that. That's why we're getting Keoni behind the wheel. He knows exactly how to drive it.
Except my second downshifts.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Is it nice to have all these fruits of your labor kind of coming into action here?
Yes, it is. To know only 3 people got to work on this car, aside from me and some buddies, yes. The tuner, the machinist, and me. Can't beat that.
No, it's nice to have that connection. That's just something you don't get from just going out and buying a new car or something.
No, build
You gotta have the story and you gotta have the bonding.
When you let off, it's amazing. Yeah, even when cold, it's 46 degrees, and we're probably pushing these tires harder than what? See, this is what you shouldn't do. Is stop. Cam Squancher.
Yep, not even from Michigan.
Just gonna go in a circle. Let off rotation. When you let off mid-rotation, it just snaps you right back into the turn.
Cool, man.
Not a bad unit. Not a bad unit.
I think may make you feel good getting out and getting a nice rip on it.
That was the first hard rip, the first redlining rips.
Sweet.
But she handled it. You hear no?
No, it sounds
no
like
cries.
It's going smooth.
The sound of our people.
And you have the original gold wheels as well, right?
I do. I originally was going to keep the gold wheels and keep running those, but I started seeing more of the blue Hawkeye with the gold wheels, which is the epitome of the fucking Subaru Rally.
Yeah.
And I really love the cars because they stand out until you go to a Subaru meet, and then you can't stand anywhere without standing in.
Sure.
So I switched to these, and I love them. I mean, I love the white and blue. It gets a lot of compliments. It's it's different enough, and still keeps that rally look.
Yeah, I really like the Sparkos on most cars, really, but definitely on this one, it shines, and you got the Sub-Zero plate, so that's working well. Cool, man. Well, thanks for the ride. Thanks for the opportunity. It's always fun to drive just like an actual, like, raw enthusiast sort of car outside
absolutely.
of all the cars. I mean, pretty much don't get a driving experience like this outside of maybe like a Porsche GTS sort of product. these days on the new car market. So this one is sweet. We'll be following up more with Keoni on his build as this thing continues to grow. And be sure to follow him right now, Twitch. You want to give your...
It's Twitch, Mr. Yoshibro, capital M, capital Y, capital B for that. I do first-person shooter streaming. I'm actually going to be starting live streams with a separate account that'll be linked with that one as well. That will pretty much follow us through, you know, live stream builds that we're doing on all the cars. We're probably gonna launch that here at home base relatively soon, within the next month or so. And really, just if you wanna just stay in touch and see what the hell is going on here and what kind of pow sauce we're making next,
follow up.
tune in.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. We're Charlie and Keoni with Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.